Good morning, Internet. Let's start a new day. Back to my folks' house. We're gonna change my car battery. Not that anything's terribly wrong with it, but due to all the cold, and I know it's definitely the cold that's gonna... It's been doing cold starts lately. Let's just say that. It's been doing cold starts, and we know it's because of the cold, but a new battery never hurts to save that a little bit, you know? That's not annoying. I don't really mind light bulbs going out, especially if they're in the house. They're easy to change, like a lamp. One of these guys up here, you can't even really see it because of all the light, but there you go. One of those, and there's another one right there. And then you have these. Those are easy to change, but you get one like this, and that's not as easy to change. Like, you can change it, but it's the screws and making sure the glass is in the right spot and it doesn't fall or anything. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's not the hardest thing, but I don't like messing with them. They're kind of tricky, to be honest. For one thing, it's freezing outside. It already feels like it's in the negative temperatures. I'd rather not push that the extra mile and stay outside trying to figure out how to undo that light. Maybe tomorrow. Potential great start overall to the vlog. We changed my battery. I was there for a couple hours. We started watching a movie, but it started snowing, and it's actually still snowing. It wasn't terrible, but I'm like, you know what? I'll leave just in case. And it's actually picked up. It's a nice heavy snowfall now, actually. Seriously though, freaking A, when it rains, it pours. When in Wisconsin, when it snows, it's a freaking blizzard. Okay, I know that's not a blizzard per se, but I mean, freaking hell. We went 2 full months with it just being decent temperatures, and everybody was talking we're gonna have a mild winter. It's still Wisconsin, it's still winter. Guess what? Shit's gonna happen still. It starts out so nice, it barely snows, you get a month or two of really nice weather, and then just out of nowhere, no warning whatsoever, BAM! You get a foot of snow, and it just doesn't stop. All of a sudden you just get this big winter storm. Everybody gets excited. We finally have snow, we finally have snow. It stops for a day, you know, you get to just enjoy all the snow on the ground, cleaning off your car, everything. 2 days later, another 5 inches. 3 days later, another 4 inches. And I wish I was explaining that for this time around, which technically that is kind of what's happening, but this has happened to us before. This isn't the first year this has happened. This has happened just about every other year in the past. And I know I keep saying winter in Wisconsin. It flows better. Everybody here technically says it like that, you know. Wisconsin winter in Wisconsin, blah, blah, blah. It flows off the tongue better. It really does. I do feel Wisconsin in general has some really rather extreme temperatures, if you will. Like, one day it's 100 degrees and it's nice out, and the next it's literally 30 degrees or even -20 and snowing. Not to take that super literally, not that, you know, tonight's gonna be -20 and we get a blizzard and tomorrow's gonna be like being back in summer. It's technically overall a Midwest thing. It happens in Wisconsin, it happens in Illinois, it happens in Ohio, Indiana, Minnesota, I've heard. We all get the same thing, honestly. It's a Midwest thing. Not to name drop a lot of states, but I feel like our state is the epitome of all this stuff. Like, let me just put it this way. I hear a lot more jokes about Wisconsin than I do Illinois or Minnesota or anything like that. Sorry. I'm gonna say it a couple more times. Sorry. I know. It's definitely getting old to talk about weather, I know, but it is just insane how we suddenly just get into such drastic weather out of nowhere. Like, honestly, I gotta be honest, it's blowing my mind just a little bit. I don't want to seem dramatic or crazy, but this is a little bit mind-blowing. It's kind of insane. Oh my god, look at that. Doons. Rave, big time. Bud Light spots are made, dang it, for Pete's sakes. Oh, but it would be nice though. Dang, that transition. Oh, my eyes. Crap. Sorry for the camera. What do you think, guys? Should I seriously turn my room into a rave one night? I have the light, and it's not hard to get the music. I have speaker. iHome speaker. And of course there's Spotify, so it wouldn't be too difficult to make a rave happen in this room. To be fair, that sign is great, and it probably definitely would give the more aesthetic feel to the rave besides the music and that light. But if I need a rave, you kind of need to change up the colors. Or, you know, if you want a nice cheap rave, this will work just the same. I'm actually curious to try that. Let me know. Would you guys like to see that sometime? Because I can get the people over, we can make something happen. Okay, don't know a lot of people, but I know a few people. We can make something happen. Anyways, to start off this part of the vlog, I don't want to consume the vlog once again with winter stuff and all that other crap. Granted, at this point it probably is. Hopefully I cut most of that out. Let's talk about something else. Nostalgia. What makes you nostalgic? Now, I'm not just talking about YouTube or whatever, but if you do have something that genuinely gives you nostalgia from YouTube, by all means post in the comments. I'm talking though movies and TV shows from like the 90s or 2000s, or not even movies and TV shows, just anything in general from like my generation, our generation. What makes you the most nostalgic? What makes you really think about something? I'll tell you right now, other than movies and TV, the biggest thing that I think of is telephones. Believe it or not, we used to hook those up on the wall back in the day. Yep. We actually still have at my parents' house a hookup to the wall phone that we used to have by our fridge. I kid you not. We used to have a phone on our wall. There's no Wi-Fi on it, no cell phone service or anything. It was a wall phone. And hell, we even had a landline, like not just a wall phone, but you know, just one of those phones you actually lay on the counter and plug it into the wall. Just a landline. We used to have one of those too. Landlines, payphones. God, I used to hear I talk about flip phones from time to time. I do miss those. Those are crazy compared to iPhones now, but landlines, freaking landlines and payphones. Do you how many of you remember those? Some of you are probably actually asking, what's a payphone? What is a landline? Those things we actually used to use to communicate, believe it or not. As crazy as it sounds. Sadly, I have heard a few kids and people out there actually asking those genuine questions. It hasn't even been that long since we actually did use those things. That's the craziest part. I guarantee you, we probably still had a landline 10 years ago. God, I see all this stuff on Facebook too. Landlines, you know, having to be home at a certain time. Back when we didn't have iPhones and stuff like that, like we just played PS2 and GameCube, and say we decided not to play on those for a little bit, we'd go outside and actually play with sticks or our baseball bats or something. Like we'd play with the other kids in the park and play ball, or you know, just imagine a game like tag or hide and seek, or just completely make something up, whatever. And as soon as it started to get dark, that was your key to go home. So the sun setting or streetlights coming on, that's your cue to go home. Now I'm taking myself through a trip of nostalgia. Let me know in the comments your other stories that you have for nostalgia. This is, wow, I'm taking myself on a trip now. I was just going to talk about movies and TV shows. By the way, do any of you remember Homeward Bound, both movies, there's two. The Air Bud movies. By the way, the Air Buddies movies, those sucked. I'm sorry. If you liked them or you're a little bit younger, okay, I'm sorry, I apologize. As an Air Bud fan myself, you know, from the olden days, the original 3 or 4 Air Bud movies were the best. You guys have any others you may want to talk about or bring up? By all means, do it. Post in the comments. I'm loving this right now. On that note, I have way too long of a clip once again, and I need to just go edit all of this, as insane as it's gonna be. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please smash the thumbs up button, smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow. Love, peace, and chicken grease.